What you doing in here? Cutest chicken of all. Those are all deer. I bought this lantern at the junk shop last weekend. I think it was like $15. But the fuel tank was rusted through, so I did a lamp conversion on it with a lantern bulb. Pretty sweet. It's a Dietz number 8 Air Pilot. That's cool. Hey everybody. I haven't posted a video in a while, and in fact, any footage you've seen in this video prior to this moment is actually weeks old. I hadn't filmed anything in weeks because Lily was very sick, and she has now passed away. Lily was our little black cat that lived with us in the bus and then the auto shop and then in the house. She was only about 1.5 years old, and it was really tough. Sometime around Thanksgiving, she got pneumonia, and we went to one vet for a few weeks, and we were trying numerous strategies. They couldn't figure out what had caused the pneumonia. All of the tests were coming back negative. But Lily would start to respond to one treatment. She would get a little bit better. We would think, well, let's keep doing this. And then eventually the effectiveness of the treatment would stop. So we'd go back, they'd run more tests, inconclusive results. They'd put her on a different round of treatment. We'd try that. It would show promise at the beginning, and then it would stop working. And we did this 4 times with one vet, including 2 overnight stays at the vet for observation. They ran all kinds of tests. Eventually the vet could not stop Lily's weight loss. Lily was just continually losing weight and having breathing issues. They couldn't track it down, so they kind of threw their hands up and they said, we don't know. We've done what we can do. So 7 weeks into this illness, we took her to a second vet, another very well-regarded vet here in town, and he did the same thing. He ran all the tests again from the beginning. He observed her, but he did actually say, I think it's down to one of 2 things, which was, he believed it was either a disease called, I think it was feline infectious peritonitis, or it was a fungal infection in her lungs that had taken root, and her immune system was just so weak she couldn't fight it anymore. And so he had run a test that was supposed to come back conclusive one way or the other, and he had put her on intravenous fluids at this point. But she didn't make it. Her body was just too weak, and she passed away. He tried to resuscitate her. He did CPR. I was there. I held her in my arms. After about 5 minutes of him trying, I just told him to let her go. She was just too weak. And this whole thing felt, from the beginning, it felt relentless, and it felt like something that just, we couldn't stop it. From the minute she got sick with pneumonia, she had begun dropping weight. And no matter what kind of food we tried, or medical treatment we tried, or appetite stimulant we tried, we couldn't get it to work for more than a few days. And eventually she had just become so weak and anemic that I don't think anything was gonna work. So we buried her in the pet cemetery here on the farm, and I'm currently building a little monument to her. So I will show you that over time as I work on it, but for now, just say a little prayer for Lily. And I told her that I hope she haunts me for the rest of my life. I would just love to see a little shadow, little cat shadow out of the corner of my eye and just know it's her. She was really important, really special girl. So in the meantime, the farm moves on. There's still work to be done. And in fact, in a couple of days, we are gonna have a record cold snap. Oh, by the way, I got glasses. Yeah, you turn 40, you get glasses. We're gonna have a record cold snap coming this weekend with 4 to 8 inches of snow, potential freezing for days. I might be stuck down here. Corey is actually gonna be with her family on a family trip, which I'm kind of grateful for. She won't be here for the worst part of the weather. And her family will be there with her to keep her safe. So what I'm doing is I'm out here in the bazaar where the chickens are, right? That's the fluffy butt hut. The bazaar is kind of my little hangout patio portion of the auto shop and chicken house. So I'm putting up these 1-inch styrofoam panels from the 70s, which are all over the roof in here. But since this is an outdoor space now and not a functioning commercial chicken house, it doesn't need the insulation in the roof. So I've slowly been removing it and putting it in the walls. That's what I use to insulate 4 inches in the walls inside the auto shop, and what I'm using to pack out the inside of the house where more insulation is needed. And I've got, I don't know how well you can see it, but this thing stretches on for 300 more feet. I've got infinite styrofoam insulation. So I'm putting it up 1 or 2 inches thick. I haven't decided, just holding it up temporarily with paracord so that I can sort of enclose this space in here and then just use heat lamps to keep it fairly warm. Chickens are really resilient. Chickens don't need that much supplemental heating, but it is gonna be so cold over the next few days that I also don't want their water to freeze constantly, and I'd like them to be comfortable. Plus baby boy lives out here with them, and he is a mammal, so he needs a little bit more heat. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn this into a little insulated hot box with some heat lamps. Something like that. I'll make sure to patch all these holes. I'm trying to get the big pieces up, cover the bulk of it. Then I'll come back with my scraps. Still got the front end, and then this wall. I could make you just watch me do it. Put a dumb song in the background. Or maybe just put a microphone out so you can just like ASMR out on me handling styrofoam. Nope. I'll show you what it's like in a few minutes. All right, it's the first day of our cold snap here. Remember, I'm adding in, of course you remember, it was like 2 seconds ago to you. Well, here's what I've done inside the coop today. I've got most of everything outside the coop buttoned up with the first layer. There is a second layer coming, and I still need to do the front. But look at the girls, all right? They've got a heat lamp now to keep their water thawed and to keep their butts warm if they so choose. Look at baby boy, diligently just guarding the opening to the coop. He is employee of the month every month. Hey, buddy. Now, baby boy also has a heated front porch light outside his little abode. There's the coop all buttoned up. The girls are enjoying their heat lamp. There's a few cracks, and I may come back with some old feed sacks and sort of temporarily staple over some of these seams. But for the most part, I think this is going to be far more bearable. At least they're not getting direct snow and wind. So now I'm going to focus on the front. Check out baby boy's cozy winter house. Here we are after about 3 hours of work. I think it's pretty good for now. It's significantly warmer in here now than it was before. I mean, I'm not even wearing my gloves anymore. All the water in here thawed. It's still below freezing outside, but the water thawed in here. The girls seem happy. Cool. I'm gonna go make a pizza. And for dessert, here's a little bit of what I've been into in the house. Building baby gates for when the baby arrives. I wanted to make my own baby gates from scratch, so I know they'd be a lot more durable. This is the one for my office. This one over here is kind of cool because the top of the stairs sort of comes out further than the wall, so I needed an L-shaped baby gate that wouldn't get in the way too much. So in regular daily function, it just opens up, and you can move that out of the way if you like. But if you really want it out of the way, undo this tension clamp over here, and now the whole thing folds over there. Oh yeah, I'm also building a frame so that I can enclose the top of the stairwell and make it a standing height drafting table for my office. So that's taking shape right now. There you go. All right, love you. Bye-bye.